What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to Talking Mets with Rob. Don't forget, guys, make sure you hit on that like button if you enjoyed this video. And make sure, guys, if you're a new subscriber of the channel, say what's up in the comment section. I will give you a shout out. All right, guys. So what about the Mets to sign Brandon Woodruff? Now, yesterday was the non-tender deadline, and that was where teams had to decide who would get tendered and who would be non-tendered on each one of their teams. And in shocking fashion, the Milwaukee Brewers have non-tendered Brandon Woodruff. And that is shocking because of the fact that even though he will be out the entire 2024 season, you would think one of the better pitchers in baseball in Woodruff, they would keep him around, rehab him, and have him ready to go in 2025. So what does this mean for the Milwaukee Brewers? Well, it looks like they're going to be willing to trade away more players on that team, and that is beneficial to the New York Mets. And how do the New York Mets and David Stearns deal with this important offseason that they have currently for the New York Mets? Well, Woodruff would be an excellent pickup on a 2-year deal. Yes, he's not going to pitch in 2024. The New York Mets do need a ton of pitching, but you know you'll have Woodruff coming out in 2025, and he can be pitching for a contract and also help this team in 2025. I would actually do it. Remember, guys, the Mets did this with reliever John Curtis, who pitched for the Marlins, who was the closer for the Marlins. The Mets signed him to a 2-year deal, letting him rehab under the New York Mets watch and farm system. And then in 2023, they used him in relief role. It didn't really work out the way the Mets thought it would. We thought John Kurtz would be a lot better than they thought he was going to be. But unfortunately, it didn't work out with John Curtis. But when it comes to Brandon Woodruff, he's a Cy Young type pitcher. If you look at the stats, he only pitched in 11 games this year, 67 innings. But look at the ERA. 2.28 ERA. And it's unfortunate he did get hurt with Tommy John surgery, but to sign Brandon Woodruff would show that the Mets are serious, not just for 2024, but going forward in 2025 and beyond. Brandon Woodruff is an excellent candidate to give a 2-year deal to. Do what they did with John Curtis, and it makes a ton of sense to sign him. And again, it's not going to cost a ton of money, knowing that it's a prove-it type of deal. And this is something that was unexpected. And now that you see that the Brewers are basically open for business, the Mets could get Brandon Woodruff for a solid team-friendly contract, rehab him, get him for 2025. So Brandon Woodruff to the New York Mets is more likely than you guys think. I really do think the Mets and David Stearns should really pounce on this opportunity. This is the type of pitcher that doesn't become available frequently and at the age that he currently is. And you can get him for a team-friendly deal. I do think the Mets' decision to pick him up would be outstanding to start the offseason. Yes, would not help us in 2024, but it will help us in 2025. What if the New York Mets pick up Brandon Woodruff, guys? Let me know in the comments what you guys think if the Mets should sign Brandon Woodruff to a 2-year deal, prove-it type of deal, where the New York Mets can actually get an ace-type pitcher for the 2025 season. I think it's a great idea, and it would be an outstanding pickup. To take a look at Brandon Woodruff's stats throughout his career, we know 2023, only 11 starts, but with a 2.28 ERA. In 2022, he had a 3.05 ERA, a 2.56 ERA in his All-Star season in 2021. He has been predominantly healthy the last couple of seasons, and he's 30 years old. He'll be coming back at the 31-year-old season. I do think that it would be a smart pickup for the New York Mets. But you could just see 153 innings, 179 innings. Obviously, the COVID year pitched in 13 games. 2019 pitching 121 innings. It just shows you sometimes you get shocked by what teams do, and everybody was shocked what the Brewers did with Brandon Woodruff. The Brewers are looking like they're going through a type of a rebuild, getting rid of guys that they're not going to be able to sign. A lot of people believe they're not going to be able to sign Brandon Woodruff. And it looks like they're not going to be able to sign Corbin Burns as well. He might be on the trade block. So, guys, let me ask you this, Mets fans. Do you think the Mets should sign Brandon Woodruff to a team-friendly 2-year deal, knowing he won't be pitching in 2024, but the opportunity and the risk-reward can be outstanding? The reward can withstand the risk in the Woodruff situation on a team-friendly deal, because you'll have him for 2025. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think about Brandon Woodruff to the New York Mets. Once again, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit on that like button. If you enjoy my content, want to see more, want to get notified when I post my videos, and want to go live, you guys know what to do. Hit on that subscribe button, everybody. Let me know in the comments, guys. Brandon Woodruff to the New York Mets. What do you think? I think it's a smart move. It's a smart investment, and you just never know what you can get your hands on, and Brandon Woodruff would be perfect for the Mets to get their hands on and get him in this rotation, knowing that he's injured in 2024, but the possibility of 2025 in this rotation with whatever the Mets do for this rotation in this offseason could be an outstanding pickup looking in the future for 2025. With that said, guys, I want to thank you for watching, and as always, Mets fans, let's go Mets.